What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
And I'm Ethan. And today we're going to be going over your Line 2 EDC. So it's going to be something that you kind of have with you off body. So it could be anywhere from a diaper bag to a sling bag, a small backpack, whatever it may be. I carry enough stuff on me generally that I don't usually have a secondary on me, like a secondary EDC, a second line EDC, unless I think I'm going into a kind of a high threat situation. So to steal an acronym from somebody, kind of call this my HPAC, my high probability of conflict. So if I'm going to a bad area, if I'm driving more than 30 minutes away from the house, this is what I take. But
I mean, and I would kind of reiterate with that too. Like, it's not all necessarily firearm related, as well. I mean, you have like maybe like an extra IFAC thrown in there, or even like an extra tourniquet, or some more quick clot, or something along the lines of like your medical supplies. It could be, something to maybe as far as like maybe some purification, water purification, something like that.
Fire starting kit,
fire starter, ferro rod, something like that.
Depending on the time of the
water
year.
Bottle.
Was it getting colder out? Throw an extra jacket in there,
or like
hat,
a space
gloves.
blanket or something, maybe, or one of those. You can even go as far as having some, an extra set of batteries, or even some glow sticks, you know what I mean, something like that, or some what do they actually call it, chem lights, or whatever you want to call them.
But this is kind of just like the bag where, like I said, if I'm going further away from the house, and I think in my head there might be a chance I've got to, maybe fight my way out, or if I've got to hoof it back to the house if something happens, or whatever it may be. This is kind of like my first line of that. So, like I said, we're gonna go over just an example of like the higher end, like the more extreme version of a level 2 EDC. I do have some other stuff, like I've got a Vertex bag that I'll carry sometimes, but with just notebooks and Bibles, whatever stuff I need in there for wherever I'm going. But so let's get into it. Let's get this camera adjusted, and we'll all right, guys. So let's go ahead and dig into this. This is a Kinetic Development Group apparition bag. This was like a collaboration between the two. I don't think they make it anymore, but if you really like this bag, I think Grey Ghost Gear still makes the apparition bag in different colorways. I got this one because I really like the bright red, because I didn't want somebody to think, oh, that's a tactical backpack.
Kind of stands out a little bit more.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, oh, that just looks like a like a hiking backpack or something along those lines. Unless you're in the gun guy, you're not going to understand. So let's dig right into it. First off, this is going to be, I always have this with me. I always have this or my Roland Special, something in a Glock platform, especially if I'm using this bag, which you'll see why once we kind of start digging into it. We'll go over the very inside first. We'll get into the cool guy stuff. So this bag opens all the way up. Kind of clamshells open. This side right here might be off frame, but I'll go ahead and bring stuff over. But the center point of this inside is going to be a SIG 5.56 pistol with an aim point H1 micro, I think, and a Geisley mount. It's got a PDW style classical stock. For the first mag out, I've got a Lancer 20 rounder, just because it makes it concealed carry in here a lot better. This has a 10.5 inch chrome line barrel. It's a very good gun. They're a little bit hard to find nowadays because they stopped making them, but it was kind of my my poor man's Mark 18 for a long while. So you guys can kind of see in here, I don't know if you can see or not, I'll tilt this up. Right here, I've got another tourniquet. I've got multiple tourniquets throughout this bag in different areas. Just on the outside too. One of the other things I have is this is a clean canteen coffee cup, double wall insulated, spill proof cup. Up here, we've got two 30 round Magpul mags. So we've got two mags of 77 grain Hornady tap. I don't think you can even really get it much anymore, but the gun's 0 to 77 grain ammo, so I think I've got either taps or Mark 262 Black Hills in there.
I think it was Black Hills is what you had in there.
Probably.
20 round mag.
I've got a backup pocket knife just in case I kind of catch myself out and about in a bad situation happens and I don't have a pocket knife. This is just a Spyderco Tenacious, just an old school, used to be a good budget option. Then for a fixed blade, I've got a Mora, just a more high carbon variant. I don't know which one it is, but little $12 fixed blade that does a pretty good job. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. That's not gonna stay.
That Mora, just while he's still digging, I've used this in the field, like hunting wise.
Phenomenal.
And I think you can find them as low, like when they go on sale for like $7.
Sometimes
$7 to $15 like max.
Yep.
And that blade holds a good edge, super sharp when it comes to you. It's nothing crazy, but it comes with a sheath itself. $7 to $10 to $15, it works, and it works very well.
And also the good thing about them too is that if you dropped it and lost it, you're not heartbroken.
Yeah.
You didn't just lose a $400 knife. And here I've got a couple N95 masks in just a plastic baggie.
I had the mask in there before they were cool.
Yeah, so that's more for like if you're in like an area where there might be CS gas or smoke or particles in there, like after 9/11. There's you're gonna wish you had one of these. I don't recommend them for the other thing. So we've got a Princeton Tech headlight in here. Then the other side over here, I've got a pair of mechanics gloves, just kind of wadded up because once again, if you're in a building, you're going to be messing with broken glass, whatever. It's good to have some hand protection.
You said, even with the fire, something might be hot. Something, you might have to open a door, or it might be hot handle something.
Yep. So this is a level 2 EDC kind of first aid kit. It's got all kinds of medications in there, bandages, gloves, some tape, just more of like an ouchie boo-boo kit. Let's come around to here. This is the secondary pouch. So this is why I kind of always carry a Glock with me. I've got two 17-round Glock mags filled with Federal HSTs. So, and an Uncle Mike's Forbus, and a Forbus just paddle, pancake style mag carrier. Nothing special. Got some baby wipes, a Hanka 550 cord, and then I've got two of these Maxpedition Velcro pouches in here because you've got this Velcro section inside here. You can kind of organize stuff. So in this one right here, it's just a water filtration. So it's a Sawyer Mini with the bag and the backfill kit and everything. And then down here in this pouch, I've got a small fire starting kit with a ferro rod, a Bic lighter, and then some
waterproof matches.
Yeah, these are like the actual lifeboat matches.
If you guys do put them in a container, make sure it's visible. Yeah. Don't put it in an OD green container or a black, what's the old school, the film
containers.
The film container.
Good luck finding those anymore.
Yeah. So this, you're walking through the woods, you drop it, you're like, oh.
You're trying to start a fire, you lose it. Like, okay, there it is.
What's that giant glowing, safety orange, hunter orange, whatever you want to call it.
Or if that was green or black or something.
Yeah,
if it was this color.
For a while. And then also, I kind of want to just touch on paracord. So many uses.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. I was holding it out here.
Might have been off frame a little bit.
Not only is it just nice to have for, certain situations, especially when it comes to a tactical world, but you can also string up a shelter with it. You can, if you want to, you can make like snares to an extent, or traps, or some kind of, fall traps like that if you are out. That it could be something as simple as a shoelace, or something as extravagant as, tying a shelter together.
Yep. So we'll keep on moving on. In here, I've got a thing of Surefire CR123 batteries for flashlights and whatnot. You guys saw his last week. This is mine this week. This is a Surefire PX3 Fury Tactical, and I've got, I can't remember which one this is. It's the competitor of what he has on his.
Raven, is it not?
It might be Raven Concealment.
I think it's Raven Concealment.
But this is an old school light, but I just have it in here just
it still throws a beam.
Better than nothing. So that's kind of thing when you're buying kind of high end gear, like it's now in a bag that I might not ever use. And then just two other things I'm gonna hit on real quick. We kind of hit on it on the Line 1 EDC video, but gloves. Having some, the weather's starting to change here in Mid-Ohio. It's starting to get chillier out. So I've tried all different kinds of gloves over the years. Mechanics, they switch up, the kinds they make every year. But these two are the ones I've kind of stuck with. I really like them. These I kind of wear for more cold weather situations. These are a very lightly insulated glove, but it does help if it's, around 30 degrees or above. But you've still got full dexterity in them. You can still draw, be able to get a good shooting grip, and you got to practice with them. But there are more expensive, probably better options out there. But you can find these usually for around 20, 23 bucks a pair. So it makes them where if you buy them, you use them, you get a rip in them, whatever, you're not heartbroken. So just something else to kind of consider with the weather changing. If you're wearing big bulky mittens or, real heavy like ski gloves, it's going to be pretty hard to
grip a gun, get your finger in the trigger guard. Even shouldering or holding a rifle properly. There's a lot of things that go into the simple things, realistically.
All right, guys, and real quick, I'm just going to go over also another part of my Line my second line EDC stuff. So we're going to kind of just get some of this stuff just pushed out of the way for now. This is a VanQuest. I can't remember. It's one of their sling bags. It's nothing crazy, but this is something I keep in the backseat of my truck at all times. I've just got a Nalgene bottle with another Sawyer water filter, the bag for it, and then also some of these like liquid IV sports drinks. Kids are in sports. It's hot out sometimes here in the summer in Ohio. So, oh yeah, we got another Streamlight, just small AA battery variant, just flashlight, something low lumen. But if you are in a medical situation, you don't want something that's super bright. This is the top pouch. I have a wife, so there's feminine hygiene products in here. And those can kind of double for other things. This side pouch here, there is another cat tourniquet with an Israeli bandage, just 2 quick grab items. In the front right here, I've got another Ouchie Boo Boo kit, small one with different medications and bandages and stuff. A roll of Coban, and then a small SAM splint for like a finger injury or something like that. And then I do also have just I have a spare battery for this bad boy sitting in here, just loose. So there's those items. And we don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. Right here, like I said, I keep this in my vehicle. This is a Ontario Knife Company seatbelt cutter. You can use it also trying to cut away like clothing or something if you need to get to an injury. And on this one right here, this is kind of like a comfort kind of section of the bag. I've got a thing of 50 SPF Eucerin sunscreen, some triple pain relieving antibiotic ointment, a little thing of lotion, and then some off bug spray wipes.
Yep.
You guys might be able to see, I've got a pair of EMT shears, kind of quick access. So if you get to a situation where, like I said, you got to get to a wound, you can. So then you kind of open it up. Here in the front, without trying to pull it out, I've got a small roll of Gorilla duct tape in there. Yeah, there's going to be other stuff that's better for like wounds and injuries. But if you want something that you need it to stick, like if you're trying to do a chest seal or something, I found this stuff works really well. Works better than a lot of your medical tapes. Then in the front here, I've got another finger splint. This one's actually like made for a broken finger. I've got a huge bag of different bandages, gauze pads, everything
alcohol
like that.
Wipes, stuff like that.
Got some. Hey Logan.
Yeah.
Are you still shooting at paper targets like a peasant?
Yeah. What else would I shoot? Pop cans?
Haven't you ever wanted to shoot at competition grade steel?
Yeah, but though it's like super expensive.
Well, here at R&R, we only recommend the best. Challenge targets.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I went over to challengetargets.com and used the code RR10 at checkout to get 10% off my entire purchase.
The entire purchase?
Yep, the entire purchase.
But what if I want to train with my rifle?
Well, lucky for you, Challenge Targets has a whole line of rifle-rated targets. Like this IPSEC rifle-rated A-Zone flapper target with the armored stand. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to go order targets at challengetargets.com using code RR10 to save 10% off my entire purchase.
Man, that's the smartest thing you've said all day.
That's challengetargets.com. Use code RR10 to save 10% off your entire purchase.
Celox gauze. I've got two high-fin chest seals. So this is kind of like getting into more of like the trauma stuff.
Yep.
Because this is a bag that would be used for, say, you know, a mass cal event, an active shooter.
Yep.
You come up on a car accident scene, whatever it may be, snag this out of the back of the truck, take off, and you're at least going to have some medical stuff on you. And then you actually get into the bag itself. Like I said, this also just straight up medical bag. I've got a full-size SAM splint in case you got a broken appendage or something. There's an ACE bandage, a bunch of rolls of medical tape, a nasal pharyngeal, another tourniquet, another Israeli bandage, 2 things of H&H compressed gauze if you got to pack wounds, a larger thing of this is vet wrap. It's the same thing as Coban or
A little better, I think, though. I mean,
it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's pretty much everything that's in this bag. But this is kind of like a IFAC on steroids, plus with some more just everyday use stuff. So this bag, the other bag that has all the guns and stuff in it, I only take that if into a situation if I have to. This is something I keep in the back of my truck all the time.
Yes.
If we're gonna have other people down here on the range that we're not very comfortable with, I'll throw this in the back of the side by side.
Yep. Always.
Just because it's got everything you're gonna need within reason of, you know, to try to stop a bleed.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is kind of just another, you know, second line EDC kind of thing. This is something that's in my truck at all times. There's nothing in here that's super expensive. So if somebody wanted to break the glass and get in there, it's like, well, hopefully you need it more than I did. It's all stuff that can be replaced though. Yep. So we'll get this loaded up and then we'll
we'll scoot back in.
We'll give you guys our closing thoughts then. So this is kind of closing thoughts of everything. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at, you know, just kind of my extreme version of a line 2 EDC.
Extreme but necessary.
Yeah, I mean, in today's environment, you know, this isn't this bag I threw together during the riots of 2020. And it was one of those where, you know, when I go to church or wherever I'd go, I'd take this bag with me. Not a lot of people would be like, oh, unless you're a gun guy, nobody knew what it was. And then this is kind of my more extensive everyday use medical bag. Like I said, that goes with me every single day in my truck for the most part. So hopefully you guys liked it. And just remember, a line 2 EDC doesn't have to be something as crazy as this. It can be a bag with a, say a 365X macro in the new Flux Raider chassis, or
whenever PSA decides to drop the X57.
If you guys want to send us one, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But no, just stuff like that.
Something small, compact.
Yeah. Like, so say he carries his Glock 43X somewhere, you know, in his off-body carry in his bag, he might throw his Glock 19 in there, you know, in a holster, just so if something does pop off, you've got a little bit more firepower. So it doesn't have to be something this extreme. Like I said, I've actually got multiple like bags. This is my, you know, most like crazy one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to follow up with, you know, the last week or two. Obviously you guys seen, hopefully, if you're not subscribed to both channels, but we did drop a video last week on the comparison or the versus on our daily R&R channel, which the link was in that description. We'll put it here in this one again, of the Leatherman Wave Alpha versus the Leatherman Arc Talos. That video has done actually pretty good. With this channel, you guys seen last week that we also dropped the first look, you know, first impressions or whatever it may be of the Leatherman Wave Alpha. That has also gotten very good responses, views, you know, comments, just back and forth. You know, we love it. Like, we really do, guys. 2 weeks ago when we did the first line EDC and kind of our little pocket dump and everything else, like the response was amazing.
Yeah.
And that video alone has now hit, as of today, over 5,600 views.
Yeah. Well, and also the amount of responses, not just like, hey, good job, guys, which we appreciate all those.
Yes.
But like people typing out paragraphs and like interacting with us. It was cool.
You told us what you were carrying, what your first line was, you know, why you were carrying it.
Why you hated Leatherman, why you love Leatherman. Yeah.
I mean,
why MagnaCut sucks.
That stuff is just, you know, it's just a cherry on top. We want to build a community with you guys. Like, we want to obviously not get to know people on first name basis, but like, we want to see your name. We want to see your username pop up. We were like, oh, Dan Smith 1742. That guy's commented in our video a bunch of times.
Well, we've got one where if you're watching this,
I'm
gonna look it up right now to make sure we for sure have. I'm pretty sure it's Patriot Radio.
I'm sure that's what it is, Patriot Radio or something along those aspects. But regardless, if that's you, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, like every video,
we love it.
Every comment, without getting too, you know, sentimental, long-winded, whatever you want to call it. But we appreciate everything, you guys. So it's like I said, especially that last first line EDC video, you guys smoked it. You guys killed it. Like, and hopefully you guys can do your thing and, you know, make this one just like that. But as always, remember, with the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, turn on that notification so you know when we do drop a video. And if you do want or would like to, or in the market of looking at some good high quality steel targets, obviously you guys hopefully know by now, you go to their website, anything that you want, use our code RR10 at checkout. You get 10% off your entire purchase, not just a single you know, target or whatever. It's your entire purchase. So go ahead, check them out. But with that, you know, as always,
we'll see you guys next time with your daily dose of R&R.
See you guys.